Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good afternoon, students. Thank you for your participation during class. Today we are going to summarize the lesson 1.3. What should I give? Right. In this lesson, we learn and understood information and opinions in a radio interview. And in this lesson, we ask for and give ideas and opinions. Right. When do you receive and give the gifts, right? So usually on different events around the world, the people they receive and they give gifts to their friends and families. So on their birthday parties, like for Muslim people, so usually we share gifts on the Eid events, right? And on the event of the marriage ceremony, right? So the different events that we share the gifts with each other, right? We listen an audio track. After listening to audio track, we were able to answer the questions below. So here we were listening during the class. The two people they were talking on a radio program. What are they talking about, and which country do they mention? So here is the answer that they were talking about giving the gifts, and the country they mentioned. The name of the country was India, right? All right, so you can see these four pictures, and below here the interviewer's questions and how do Razia and Sandeep answer these questions from A to H. You can see I'll show you the answers here, right? Question number one, what should you take when you visit friends and family? So she answered that they take sweets and dried fruits, right? Same is the way that you can see the answer B. Yes, you should never give white flour as these are for funerals. C in red, blue, green, or yellow paper because these colors bring happiness and money. And then see the answer D here that when is the money suitable present? Uh, when the money suitable present, when people get married, when they move into a new house, or when they have a new baby, right? So these are the answers A, B, C, and D. Let's move on to E. You can see E that is there anything you should remember when giving money? Yes, money should be in odd units like 11, 51, 101, 501, and so on, because these numbers are supposed to bring you a good fortune, according to them, right? And then see F here. What do you give to close friends and family? Said special present like toys, clothes, or books. Then you see the G. G is when do you open your gifts? So when you open the gifts, we can see here after all the guests have gone home, right? So it doesn't look good that the guests are there and you are opening the goods at front of the gifts at front of them, right? And then H, here you can see that when do you exchange gifts? We can see we can exchange gifts at a wedding. All right, so that is it. This is how you're going to answer all these questions, and you're going to write it on your notebook as well. Okay, let's move on to the next page. Here, there are some things to remember that you can use should and shouldn't to ask for and give advice, right? For example, what should you take when you visit friends and family? Should you be careful when giving flowers? You should wrap your gifts. You shouldn't give white flowers, right? You can see the examples of how we can use should and shouldn't. Then there's a speaking part. So you guys are going to you work in the group or work with your partner that you're going to do a radio interview like the one you have seen in the previous exercise, right? In an audio track, but you were listening and radio interview. Step 1, 2, and 3, how you're going to start, decide who is going to be the interviewer and who are going to be the guests. You can do it with your friends and family at your house, right? That who will be the interviewer and who will be the guest. Step number 2, ask and answer the questions in exercise 2, as you have seen in last, the last page. As I've shown you the answers as well. So practice asking the questions with the correct pronunciation and intonation, and give your own answer to the questions. Like she was giving the answer to the question, so you can do the same with your partner, right? And step 3, that do the interview, use the words and phrases below. All right, here we have a speaking tip that make a note of the words and phrases below and use them whenever you can to keep conversation. Useful phrases for expressing yourself, right? Give an opinion. I think it's always a good idea to, or right, flowers, sweets, a good thing to take for most occasions, right? I think it's always a good idea to take or to give the gifts, right? Second part, you can see, make suggestion, ask about suggestion. You can also take, give, send. You should never give or take. You should wrap your presents. As we have seen the examples of all these phrases in the text, or we were listening in audio, right? So we have seen these expressions. So keep the conversation going on. For example, yes, I agree. Yes, good point, right? Show you understand. Oh, I see. That's right. So if you're going to give the reasons, that because of this thing, right? Giving examples, so you may want to give special presents like at the wedding, when baby's born, for example, right? So when you understand something, oh, I see, all right, right? Comment on what someone has said. That's interesting, right? So these are some very useful expressions that you can use during an interview or being a guest. All right. So that is it for today. Is lesson number 1.3, which we have finished. In our upcoming class, inshallah, we'll do the next lesson, right? So take good care of yourself. I'll see you in the next class.